Okay, we are officially live on YouTube. Yay! So let me go ahead and do some housekeeping stuff and share this on my Facebook page. So if you are joining us, I don't know why this isn't popping up on my YouTube channel, but if you are joining us today, we are officially live on YouTube. Yay! Okay, so I need to go ahead and do some housekeeping stuff and share this on my Facebook page. Mute. All right, good times.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. So let me share this. It's all this cool stuff that you get to do on the fly. All right. So today, Lindsey, I wanted to interview you. And for those of you that don't know, Lindsey Beaumont is actually my sister. And I wanted to interview her today because someone asked a question and was asking, like, how did you get successful in marketing? And did you have a support system? And I think it's really important to have a support system, but I have entrepreneurs in my family. So I thought it'd be really cool to introduce you to Lindsey Beaumont because she is the co-owner of DPG Builders. She also is the owner of LB Marketing and Design, and she is the co-founder of Liberty Foundation. So Lindsey also is a single mom with 4 kids. So if she can do it, you have no excuses. Seriously.
Yeah. I remember when I was 16 and I found out I was pregnant with Ember, and I was like, you know what? You have to become a statistic to overcome them. So bring it.
I mean, it's true. I mean, we're all a statistic of some sort, right?
Always. Yeah.
So today I wanted to talk about, we always talk about how we do things differently, like the same, but different. And we always talk about this. And I think there's so much value in that conversation. And so I want to talk about the differences between how we both get clients, how we get like freelancers and resources for the marketing agency, how we actually handle meetings with prospects or clients, and how we communicate with our teams. Because all of those things we do so different. It's like night and day different. But you handle things the way that you handle them because it fits your wheelhouse. And then the same with me. So I think if someone can identify with you, then they can be like, oh, I never even thought about doing that. A lot of times I do everything online. So a lot of times people just think that's the only way to get clients for a marketing agency or your business.
Yeah, I think it's really important to understand, just because we're sisters, we do things completely opposite. Mm-hmm. So when it's really embracing how you're different and your own strengths and utilizing your own strengths to work in your benefit rather than trying to conform to be like somebody else who's doing it. And I think it's really important to understand that it's not any less or any more or better or worse than how somebody else does it. It really is based upon your own strengths.
Totally. Like, what does Gary Vee say all the time about self-awareness?
Triple down on your strengths.
Exactly. It's so true. Like, why would you change yourself if you enjoy doing something or you hate doing something? Why would you change what you enjoy or hate? That's like near impossible. So why would you not just adapt and then change the way that you do it to accommodate the whole point of being an entrepreneur is to do the things that you love to do. So why, if you're doing stuff you hate all day, that's a job. It's not,
the whole reason why we do this is so that we can pick and choose what we want to do and how we live our life.
Exactly. And if you follow the path of whatever you're passionate about, then that's how you're going to find success, because there's only one you. So if you just focus on your strengths, that's going to be how you can fulfill your purpose. Absolutely. So I will start out with how I get clients. Is that the first on our list? Yes, get clients.
I'm glad you have it because I'm in the car. I just thought the girls up. I was like, well.
I took a screenshot of our conversation. So I was like, okay, I need to stay on track. Which FYI, if you guys are doing YouTube videos, especially live, at least jot down notes, because once you get on here, you get like, I could talk to Lindsey all day long. And so I will get completely distracted and off topic, and we'll be talking about, you know, Thanksgiving or something here in 30 minutes if I don't stay on track. So how I get clients is basically, you know, I do everything online. So I'm all about social media. LinkedIn is a great platform for business. Facebook is okay. But honestly, YouTube is the best. And the reason it's the best is because it's the #2 search engine in the world. And it's nice online. There's so many scammers, there's so many like get rich quick schemes, and it's hard to tell the difference between the real people who are all about their business and then the scammers who are just trying to, you know, get a quick buck or whatever. So I love video. I love YouTube. Facebook is my second favorite. Those are the #1 ways that I get clients. So how do you get clients, Lindsey?
When I am, let's look at my strength first, is I like to talk to people. I love people. And I have been networking and around people for, I don't know, 7 to 10 years. I love it. So when I am out and I go to networking events, I have like 4 a week that I could go to. I don't always get to all of them. But I do go out there and I literally just say, hey, this is what I do. And I let the laws of attraction bring them to me. I don't believe in cold calling, quote unquote, approaching someone and telling them, hey, this is what I do. Will you be a client? No, I believe in organic relationship building and trust establishing ways of communicating. Just, it's basically, is something that I do, how can I help you? And so
how do you find the networking events that you go to? Because some people may have no idea.
I actually, through talking with other people, and it's really bizarre what happens when you start talking to people about what you do. They're like, oh, hey, I know this person. Hey, I know that person. You need to talk to this person. There is a lot of networking groups here in the area that we're here in Greenwood, Indiana, Indianapolis area. There are literally 4 different groups that I'm looking at joining. I'm joining one, but that one has 4 meetings in different parts of the city every week. And there's another one that is I don't think that is a good fit for me and how I function. And but you have to kind of try them out and see which ones click and see which ones don't. But you could literally just Facebook search. You could Google search, and everyone who's going intentionally to a networking event, they're there for the same reason you would be. So there's no awkward salesy pitch, whatever. It's you already get your 60 seconds of, you know, and people come there to find other people to connect with. And so the intentionality of why you're there just takes away the awkward, you know, how do you break the ice? There is none.
That's true, because everybody goes there to talk and it's all about the business and making contacts.
Yeah.
So how do you, so I'll talk about how I get freelancers or resources, and then we'll talk about how you do them. And I know I'm one of your major resources, of course.
You are the first resource that I ever had, and I love bringing clients to you. Because I
love that you bring clients. And, you know, I should have said the way that I get clients, probably the #1 way I get clients is you. So that's another part of networking is like, obviously you're my sister, so I knew you the day you were born, but
our brotherhood socks.
But it doesn't matter that I knew you before. If I met you at a networking event, it would all be the same. So you have, you know, you're better at getting clients in person than I am. It's just not my thing. I prefer to do everything online. And so it helps me to know you and to network with you because your strengths are the opposite of mine. So, and just like I am great at fulfillment and building the team and all of that, and it's like, that's what you need. So it's great to be able to network with people who have opposite skills than you, because that's how you can start to build your resources and your team.
And although we're in the same, we have different marketing companies.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing. That reason right there is why there is no such thing as competition anymore. It's all collaboration, because we recognize the differences are what makes us stronger.
Oh, absolutely. Because you can't have, I describe this all the time. You can't have a football team with a bunch of quarterbacks. You have to have a team of people that have different strengths than you, so that you can grow and you can accomplish the goal, which would be to win. Right.
Right. So, right. It's to be able to live the life that we choose and spend our time with our family and how we choose to spend it.
Yeah. I mean, right. That's the number one goal. That's usually all of our why. We hear that all the time. What's your why? Well, I think while we all have different whys, I think the heart and soul of it all is we just want to be our own boss and do what we feel driven to do with our life, and not spend 40 hours a week on somebody else's business.
Yeah, that's rough. Yes. I seriously have nightmares about, one day I had to go and fill out applications. I have nightmares about that. And I'm like, there's no way. I just couldn't do it.
I swear that once you get bitten by the entrepreneur bug or the business, whatever, it's like, man, you can't go back. Seriously, that's like my worst fear. It's not failing in business. I'll just start another business and do that one. It's actually having to get a W-2 job again. That terrifies me.
It feels like I'm getting punched if I think about that thought. Like, I physically would feel like I'm dying inside.
Yeah. I just can't imagine having to clock in again and spend 40 hours a week or 8 hours a day. It's just, and man, I have opportunities. I've said pharmacy for 20 years. There are no benefits. There is no dollar amount that you could pay me. I don't care if you doubled what I'm making right now. You cannot double my happiness and contentment and just the whole drive, because now, like, as hard as I work, that is represented in my income. So it's like, the sky's the limit right now. But if I go back to pharmacy, I'm, let's hope and pray for that 50 cents an hour raise every year that I get.
You remember right before, because we both quit our W-2 jobs within the same month. And and so I remember our dad, he sat us down kind of, and he was just, while we were standing on the stairs talking, but he was like, I want to warn you guys, once you cross this bridge, you cannot go back. You will never be the same. And he is absolutely right.
It is.
And and the fact, it was so cool because we were at dinner once and he slid me a napkin with a date on it. And I was like, what? And we were far apart. The table was big and we were really far apart. And I looked at him. I was like, what is this? And he goes, this is the day I cross over. And I'm like, whoa. And it was just one of those moments of, that is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because I know that feeling.
Yeah, that's like, I was creating a video, like, intro for a sales funnel yesterday. And I was talking about the day that I actually quit my W-2 job. And so if you guys are watching now, you can scroll through my YouTube and find that video, the day that I quit my job.
That was so
fun. My gosh. First of all, my video quality has gotten a lot better. But second of all,
you have the time now to focus on it.
I know. I seriously, and people think that, like, that I'm not being honest or I'm exaggerating when I say that I worked 20-hour days to get to that point. Like, I had to learn so much. Like, you can't just share a link online and expect to make, like, a real income. You have to learn. It's like any skill. Like, I didn't just, decide, hey, I want to be a pharmacy tech, and then I just jumped in and started making IVs. That doesn't happen. You have to learn how to do it.
Yep.
Plus, there's that trial and error process, like we talked about.
So even that's like a lifetime. It literally makes you feel like it. Like, you're like, okay, great, I'm in high school, I'm about to graduate, and then all of a sudden you're like, never mind, I'm in kindergarten.
Right,
Like
because you don't know
you,
anything. It's like,
yeah,
and then it's so funny too, because all the things that you think that you know when you first start end up being not even close to what you really needed to know and what you needed to do.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's why I recommend like people in online marketing, like don't do paid ads yet.
Yet.
Like
That's
wait,
the key word, yet. Because you
yet.
have no idea what you're doing.
Yes, I mean, get a good converting funnel, then do that. Which, let me just drop this little note in here. If you guys are interested in starting an online business, you can check out the top 10 online businesses to make money this year on my website, visionmarketinganddesign.com. So we are going to talk about, what was the next thing on our list here? Oh, freelancers and resources. Yes. So I talked about Lindsey's my main resource. And I also use websites like Fiverr or Upwork. I also am an affiliate for BuilderAll. So I grow my team on BuilderAll, which is really great because if I have a website or I have like an e-commerce website, I already have a team that is learning how to use the platform. So I know, because I work with them closely, if they are skilled enough to be able to fulfill this, and we build that relationship. So now they are making money with client work as well. So it's really a genius setup that works really, really great for me. So
And
how do
see,
you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, how do you get your freelancers and resources?
Well, what's fun is the point is seeing the parallels between you and I on this for, because we didn't record this beforehand, guys.
Right.
Like this is just us talking.
Yeah.
You use that platform to build your team and that sort of thing, and how I've created a collaborative, Entre Collaborative Marketing Solutions, and it's a brand that the main purpose is I wanted the kind of the functionality of employees, but the work ethic of entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
So what did I do? I created a team of 4 founding members, and we all have our own marketing companies. So we're all entrepreneurs, and we basically utilize each other's resources, but we also we go through each other for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they could use, like, I don't have to keep track of, well, anything that they're doing. I just keep track of my clients, and I make sure that I'm managing their brand and representing them the way that they need to. And I always have multiple perspectives on this one brand, because I have another brand strategist, and so I don't want to just rely on my viewpoint of the strategies that I'm presenting. I always want to have a secondary viewpoint, so I'll always ask her, and so she'll look at it and she'll give me feedback and see, okay, well, no, what you're saying is crap. Or, well, I kind of see it this way, but I really like how you're seeing it. But having that multiple perspective, it keeps the client able to see that it's not just my vision. It's a collaboration of, these people who want to see you win, because when you win, we win, everybody wins, everybody's happy, and we all throw a party.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a matter of utilizing that collaborative in a way to where we can take on bigger accounts too. So we have created pretty much our own a la carte marketing department that we can take on multiple companies. And so we aren't how I go about getting those resources is, well, since we already have our own marketing companies anyway, we already have some resources that we use, but we're always looking at adding more. And we're
Yeah.
always networking for more. So whenever I go to the networking events, like last week, went to one, and I now added a copywriter. I mean, you go up to a resource, somebody who's, they love doing, like, this guy loves writing, loves it, and he's good at it. And so you go up to somebody and say, hey, can I throw some work at you? Can I help make you money? And who's going to say no to that? So,
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and that's a good segue to our next thing, which was how we do meetings with clients or whatever. Because the way that we do things are so opposite, and it helps us to, it's like, when I first started out, we did meetings together. You know, we did the one big, our like biggest client we were so super stoked about. I hated it the whole time. I hated it, but you loved it. You were like, oh, I'm dressed in my business suit. I'm ready to go. And I'm like, oh, here we go. You know, I hate that. Cause I hate to feel like a salesperson. And I feel like when I'm in those they're not movies, when I'm in those meetings, I feel like a salesperson, and I just totally hate that.
I totally feel like I'm like, I can rock your world and I can help solve your problem.
And
like
that's where I get frustrated, because I'm like, I know what you need. I know what you need. Just let me do it. I want to help you. And they're like, I don't see the value. I don't see it. So I'm like, it's like,
see, that's where the trust comes in. But that also, you know, I worked for all the cell phone carriers. Like I started about 10 years ago. 11. I think 11 years ago. I worked for all the cell phone carriers, and I was trained, and I worked for Radio Shack too. But I was extensively trained, and on sales, just on the end and on the front end. And so I really think that was a good foundation as far as breaking it down to say it's just about building a relationship. It's the know-how of how do you establish a relationship in like top speed. And if you are genuine about what you are bringing to them, it kind of happens naturally, as long as you are a people person in a sense of that is your strength. It just kind of exponentially comes out. But, you know, being that is my strength, I could do all that stuff. And then I can hand, you know, some other stuff to you, the background work, a lot of that to you. And by the way, I'm super excited about a few more clients that I have coming on, because they get to expand my resource capability. And I am so excited to network for those resources. And I am given, it's literally the coolest thing, to where I could take any business out there and they say, hey, can I help? Can you help me? The answer is yes. I don't even have to know what their problems are yet. Yeah. Because I could just be like, it doesn't matter what you need, I got it. Mm-hmm. And I love being able to just help other people get to the next level. I mean, is there anything better in life than that?
Well, and that's why I love BuilderAll, because, you know, with over 25 tools, you know, everyone picks a tool that they love the best. So with 25 tools, you know, if I have 25 experts in each of those tools, think about what an incredible, like, huge agency full of resources I'm able to offer. Now, this is so simple. I don't have to be an expert in chatbots. I don't have to know how to do that. I don't have to know how to create. Yeah, we don't have to be experts in all that. It's all about building a team of resources that make your agency. And in reality, just like no matter what your business is, if you get caught up in the fulfillment, and we talk about this all the time, you're so busy working in the business, you can't work on the business. So it's better to start out, you know, obviously you need to have a good grasp of what a client would need to grow their business. So you need to understand marketing, but you don't have to be an expert in all of those things. You just need to network and find the people that are experts. Now, that's what I was saying, like with BuilderAll, I'm able to use my team. I work closely with them. I see, oh, you know, Billy is great at chatbots. So I have a client now, I can offer chatbots because I have Billy as a resource. And if I get a client, you know, I say, Billy, what do you need for this job? Billy never talks to my client. I talk to my client, or Lindsey hires me to create a chatbot. And then I say, okay, great. I have a resource for that. So I talk to Billy. Here's the job. What do you need to do this? Billy says $1,000. I tell Lindsey I need $1,300. Lindsey tells her client we need $1,500. Well, now we've all made a cut, and really Lindsey and I are just coordinating the job to make sure that it's done. We don't have to be experts.
Yeah. Right. And we manage that communication, because if you know, a lot of people, I have seen it, you know, like, oh, well, there's just so much overhead and whatever. I'm like, no. it's not that we're just taking like a commission referral check off of it. No, we're managing it, because that's just like chatbot is just one. Let's say one client needs 12 different services. Well, we're the ones managing all 12 of the services. So it's not like we aren't doing our part. We're the one, our clients are paying us to be that one contact for the entire department.
Yeah. And that's a lot of work. It can be a lot of work.
It is. Yeah, it is a lot of work.
Just organizing all the, because like you said, they may need 12 things and you may have 12 different people that you have to outsource those things to.
But you want to make sure that that client has the best of the best.
Of course.
And so, you know, when you're looking at your resources and because there was a client of mine I had, and I had one service lined up, but they were good, but I really did not feel like they really got the tone of the company. I really didn't think that they had my client's interest at heart for the best. So I had to make that tough decision and be like, nah, I'm going to go with this other person. And so it's that judgment call that you have to make as, you know, the brand manager. And it's really, you're just the head of a department, of a marketing department. That's really what it is.
And that's, again, that's why I, you know, building a team within the BuilderAll platform, that's why that works so great for me, because I'm able to basically eliminate that trial and error process. Like, you meet people and they're like, great, I'm a great copywriter. And then you have to fill them out and you have to like kind of, well, are they a great copywriter? I mean, everybody can say they are, but are they? And it's like, I can say, hey, you know, I'm checking out Billy over here. He's a great copywriter. And then I can say, hey, I have a client that needs copywriting. So that is another benefit, but you also just knowing them, and, you know, obviously I have resources all over the country. So you actually get to have meetings with your team, and you know, so that is a benefit of the end.
And that is something that's really cool, is that, you know, I'm kind of like we all work as a team. All four of us are equal, but I'm kind of the person who can see the bigger picture with all of it. So I schedule meetings with the collaborative. Once a month we get together and we go over how things are going, but then I also meet with them individually throughout the month. And so I guess I'm just kind of I don't want to say mastermind, but, you know, just kind of the designer, I guess. The brainchild was mine and they loved it. And I love how the laws of attraction have brought them across my path, because I didn't go out seeking for them. I was just open for them to come across me. And I absolutely...
Attraction marketing.
See, it's like every single thing is mimicked. I mean, it's okay, here's like in person life, and then here's a digital life. And it's all the same, just different ways of going about it.
Yeah, that's why we talk about that all the time, because I'm like, oh, I have the same problem. And then, you know, you're like, oh, me too. But we solve them in totally different ways.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's so funny how we do the same thing, but just different. All right. So did we talk about, the last thing on our list was communication. So how do you, I think we kind of touched on that, communicating with clients and communicating with your team. Like I said, everything online, I'm all about the email, but I do, if I had a client that wanted SEO is really expensive. And when you're selling or trying to, I guess it's sell, I don't know. That word makes me uncomfortable, but if you are trying to like sell something that is high ticket, people need to trust you. They need to, before they're just going to give you their credit card and sign up for a monthly, you know, $800 a month SEO plan. They're not just going to do that just because they saw an ad and they clicked on it and they're like, oh, okay, here's my credit card. That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
So, I do, but I like to have, even if it's a local client, I just like to do it online, partly because it is efficient for me. I can, you know, just like this meeting right now, I went to the gym, I came home, got a shower. That's why my hair's still wet. And I'm able to just sit down, and immediately when the meeting's over with, I can go back to doing what I'm doing. But if I do it in person, then I have to drive to the place, I have to meet with them, I have to sit in their office, then I have to drive home. Now I've pretty much doubled the time. So for me, I just prefer. Plus, I love to be able to share my screen and not have, like that meeting we went to, I had to bust out my laptop and like do all that. And it's like, it just is more efficient for me. I work better doing the video conferences. So,
and it works for me because I have to get my girls up in the morning anyway. And yeah, Vera, oh my word, today oh, that girl. She has,
yeah, so
she
if
has
you're
some
mad that
nerve
we were,
telling her mama no. What?
What did you say?
I said she has some nerve telling her mama no. It's like, girl, you better get in line because you have no idea.
That,
But
yeah.
anyway, so so I mean, I have to get them up and get them to school in the morning anyway. So I'm out, and I function better around other people. I get more work done around other people. If I am at home, then I'm stuck in home mode. Like there's dishes, there's laundry, there's day-to-day stuff, there's mom stuff, there's school stuff, there's all this other stuff that's beating me over the head that, is around me. But when I'm out, I'm like, okay, I get to slip into my business mode, I guess. And or I just get to go Lindsey all over it or something like that. Hold on, what did you say? Just go Lindsey on it. There we go. And yeah, that's what Brian said one day. It was so awesome. But he's like, just focus on one thing and go Lindsey on it.
Oh, for Brian's sake, I thought about chewing gum during this live, but I decided just to drink my coffee instead. One downfall of having meetings at home, though, is when someone knocks on the door and your dogs start going insane. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I'm sure you don't have to guess which dog that is. My little troublemaker.
Oh my gosh, I love her. She cracks me up.
I know.
But as far as being self-aware enough, that's kind of one of the main things that I'm always talking about to everybody is, when people are like, hey, what should I do? Can I just do what you do? My immediate answer is no, you can't do what I do. Not because I don't want you to do what I'm doing, but
Right.
because you weren't made to do what I'm made to do. So you're just going to frustrate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question back is, okay, well, what are your hobbies? What are your interests? What do you like to do? And then you find a way to take care of your expenses and living and whatever doing that.
Right.
And everybody has a passion, everybody has a calling, everybody has a part in this world. They have their role, their purpose. But finding it is where people get stuck. They don't even know to find it most of the time. And so
because they're so busy looking at what the next person is doing. And that's a big problem in like any kind of, if you're trying to start a business or whatever you're trying to do, but it's really, really a big problem in like affiliate marketing or social influencing or whatever you want to call it, because there's a lot of people that say, hey, do what's working. So look at, the guy who's balling out in affiliate marketing and then copy him. But that's a dangerous game because while you can see the process they're taking, you didn't see, the 10 years before he got to that point, and how did he realize that, that was the path he should take. And so it's like you have to find the balance between the technique that people are using versus like what you are good at, like what are your strengths and how should you do it. That's a common problem.
And so just kind of I talk about it all the time, but no matter what business that I'm working on, I'm always the mirror holder. All that I am when people come to me with whatever is I just hold the mirror and then I help them look at themselves. Mm-hmm. And then realize, hey, this is who, and the only reason that I do that for others is because I had people do that for me, and that's the only thing that worked.
You know, I just thought about that meeting that we had where we were talking to that heart surgeon, and we were talking about blogs, and I said, well, do you write blogs? He's like, well, sometimes I write. And I said, well, do you like to write blogs? And he kind of looked at me all weird and was like,
Like,
well,
what does that have to do with anything? What
I
about
never,
life?
what do you mean? I never thought about it. And then the next meeting, he's like, you ask very provocative questions, but that's what I'm doing. I want to find out before I can come up with a marketing plan for him. I want to find out, what does he like doing? If he loves writing blogs, if that's something that's therapeutic for him that he really enjoys, I want to highlight that. I want to say, hey, here's this heart surgeon. He's writing blogs. I want to run ads on it. I want to like create a whole website around it. I want to be posting it everywhere because
Right.
he likes it. So he's passionate about
Mhm.
it. Obviously, he has some value to give. He's a heart surgeon. So it's like, if he liked that, then great. But if his answer was, oh, I hate it, now I need to know, now I
Okay,
know
we have a
like what,
copywriter.
right, right, exactly. Now I
Mhm.
know what that blogs are not going to be something
Yep.
that we're going to focus on.
Yep. Like I had a meeting with a client, and they said, well, is everything cookie cutter? And I apparently my face just went all contorted, and they're like, oh no, like I didn't mean it. And I'm just saying, my response was, every business is custom work,
Mhm.
because the owner is custom work.
Mhm.
They were made and created the way they were made and created, not to be repeated or duplicated from somebody else.
Mhm.
And as someone who is trying to help them grow their business and utilize their strengths, they you can't cookie cutter that. There are certain points, like blueprint points, um, that you can focus on, but how you use those is largely dependent upon who they are.
Mhm. And that's why it's so important for us as business owners to not be like tied into the fulfillment process,
Yeah.
because we where we need to be is thinking about, okay, um you know Billy Bob, owner of these car repair franchises, we need to be thinking about him as the owner, where he wants to take his business, and how can we help him get there. And
Right.
that takes a lot of thought process, a lot of like, I mean, you want to serve them, because just like I would never go to his car repair place and expect to get shoddy service, if I'm talking to him, I want to help him because it represents my business. So I want to make sure that the plan I'm offering him is going to be successful. I want to make sure that the resources I'm using for him are going to be successful. So that's the whole basis of what we're trying to do, is to grow their business, because the more they grow, what happens, and we both know it, they start referring us to everyone they know.
Right.
Small business owners love to network with small business owners.
Which
It's
is why
invaluable.
I love networking in the groups that I network in.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And I honestly, I don't really like it. I mean, I don't really like networking like that. But what I do love is over delivering like crazy, and then having people come to me. That's what I
Right.
love.
Yeah. And
Just
that's what
basis of my YouTube channel. I give away a lot of free stuff that people are like, oh, your videos are great. Well, that's because if you're in marketing online, you need to over deliver. A lot of the top people will say, I give my best stuff away for free. And here's the magic of it. When you give the best stuff away for free, then people psychologically, they automatically think, well, if she's giving this away for free, what's behind her paid course, or what's behind, being on
if
her
this is
team, or
free, how much better is everything else?
yeah.
Yeah. And that's really all it is the more you serve, sorry, the more you serve, the more you give, the more comes back.
Hmm.
And I mean, and that's just, I mean, life principle.
Hmm. Yeah, and honestly, the best thing about affiliate marketing, this is why I've gone more towards affiliate marketing than just like client work, because I have learned so much about so many different topics this yet last year that I've consumed myself with this, that I love teaching other people how to do what I'm doing. It is so fun to me. I love saying, oh, you want to be in affiliate marketing? I took this great YouTube course. Here's my link. Oh, you want, you need a sales funnel builder? Here's the one that I absolutely love. And I found all kinds of success. Here's my link. That's the cool part about affiliate marketing. I don't really enjoy like, creating an ad and then putting it on Facebook with, money behind it or paid ads and then just running that. That's not like what I like to do. But that, again, self-awareness, that's what I like. Maybe if somebody else is getting in affiliate marketing, they're like, oh, I hate that. I don't want to be on video. And maybe that's the route they take. So again, self-aware.
Yep.
All right. I think we've been on here long enough, and I think we'll go ahead because we seriously could talk about this all day, and we usually do.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Thank you, Lindsey, for the interview. Thank you for coming on my channel. I'm sure I'll chat with you later on.
Oh, I'm sure in like probably 5 minutes, but that's good.
And again, you guys, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to start your online business, visit my website, visionmarketinganddesign.com. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.